Let's see. So, hey, I see somebody popped on here. I'm like literally trying to get the live stream up on the computer behind the camera here. I'm using my phone right here. I'm not sure even how to do this because let's see, I'm not on my actual channel. And what do I click on? What do I click on to find out? How do I find a live stream on here? You guys found it. What do I do? Home. Let me see. If anyone types a message, I want to be able to read it. I know on my cell phone, the messages disappear almost immediately. So I'm trying to figure this out. If I can't figure this out and somebody's on there, let's get into a conversation maybe. But, okay, so I'm on the Endangered Species channel. And then I go to what? History. Wow. Gaming. Oh. So I'm old, and you know what? It doesn't come natural to us older dudes to figure some of this action out. I tried to do some picture-in-picture OBS thing yesterday, and that didn't work at all either. That was super complicated, OBS being a free website. And I guess it has lots of tools, but I could not figure out how to do it at all. So from this channel, I would want to look at not my trending home. Click on home and see what that does. Testing. Okay, there it is. There it is.
Testing. Okay, there it is.
Oh,
there it is.
So
testing. Okay, there.
Let's turn the volume off and see if that works, because that was a little bit mind-bending. Okay, trippy. So if I look at this, I'm looking at the camera. And if I look over here, I'm not. Okay. So, hey, dude, somebody type me, say hi or something. Let me see what goes down with this. It's weird seeing yourself on the big screen behind the camera, behind the phone. Hi, there's Dino. All right. Did it come up on this? Okay, so I got to get, how do I do that? How do I get, okay, I went full screen. Maybe I don't go full screen, and I click on what? To see messages. Sorry, guys, man, I am clueless when it comes to this stuff. So I don't see anywhere to click on to see messages like I do on my phone. Settings. Okay, so I can read messages when they come up on my phone. The problem is they disappear pretty fast. What's up, Brian? And I'm not seeing any messages on the computer behind it. So that's what I'm trying to turn on. Does anybody know how to do that? If you do, and I happen to catch you typing it on my phone, that'll work out pretty well. It literally has no options for me except save, share, give it a like. I got one like. Hey, I might as well like it too. But so far, it's a fail. Show less. How can I show any less than this? I'm basically showing nothing. Okay, wait, what's this button do? Add translations. I just want to see comments. Oh, wait, there they are. I figured they were going to show up on my face. They're showing off to the right. Okay, good deal. So what's up, man? Dino, I'm pronouncing your name right, right? Right. Hello, Epic Trilogy. How are you doing, man? So I got myself here. This is all a process. Yes, I'm saying it right. Good. That's what I thought. My kids have some odd names, so I know it's a little late to be having coffee, but I just got back from a Costco run, you know? I noticed there's a little lag looking at myself, which is throwing me off, but I like the Facebook group, man. Being able to check out some of your guys's videos is pretty epic for me. I mean, being that I've been sharing my own stuff for as long as I have, drink coffee all day, right on. It's caffeine free right now because any more caffeine for me, not a good one. So, but yeah, being able to see what you guys are doing is pretty rad because when that fear goes both ways, I feel like I talk about fear all the time. Sometimes it's great to hear somebody else talking about, hey man, it's a daily struggle for me too. And in some cases, these are some skaters that are a lot better than me. And when you can relate to someone on that level and you can understand that everyone's dealing with it. You know, I imagine some of these kids on the Woodward show. Same thing, right? They're stressed and sketched out about it too. Hello from the UK. Wills, how you doing, man? Let me okay, so let me check out that other comment. Some hard words pronounce. So pronouncing some of these words from other countries, I'm assuming. No, Dino, where are you from? We got the UK. And then I have to try to remember the videos I've seen and who it is when I'm talking to you guys until I get to know you better. Canada, we got Canada. My wife's Canadian. She actually got a green card to stay here with me. And from Louisiana, or Louisiana, right? My brother was born over there. Live in Colorado. Oh, that's right. That's right. Colorado's got some epic parks. I hope one day if I have a 3-day weekend, and right now I've got a older dog, one of those giant pit bulls I used to breed, and she's getting up there. God, 10, 12. I don't know exactly. I haven't done the math, but she's not doing so great. She's got some cancer going on. And, you know, as soon as she decides it's enough and she moves up on into the clouds, we plan to take some trips, my wife and I and the kids, and I would love to come out and like, you know, make an announcement. Hey, we got a long weekend. We're going to travel and meet up with some of you guys and do some skate trips. I think that would be so killer, especially now that I'm starting to see some of the parks. Like what was that park I saw recently? It was somewhere in Oklahoma. I think it was in Tulsa, Tulsa. Yeah, that park looked fun. Like I was like all over that, like thinking, man, I want to check it out, see how far it is, and see if it's possible to make a road trip or just fly out because I think it would be fun for the channel to be able to fly out and do like videos with you guys personally, and whether I put them on Facebook, of course, on YouTube. Neil's in the UK. Built a mini ramp in my garden at age 56 because of you. Right on. You know, my you remember the buddy I skate with, Barry? I used to skate with. We haven't had a session in a long time. He recently he's the guy that has the 4 foot tall, 20 foot wide ramp with a 5 foot extension. He and then me and him built a 3 foot ramp that's 10 feet wide in his backyard as well. Well, he recently got the 4 foot ramp cut down to 3. So right now we're at a super fun height, OG height, right? Like weekend warrior, you know. Um, we're the weekend warriors because you know we're not those legends that skate every day. Like that's the life we all wish we had, of course. But uh 3 foot by 20 with a 4 foot extension now. Like I tried to get out there to do that today, but he's actually racing sailboats, mini 1 person sailboats on the water in Austin today. And like, I honestly can't think of anything I'd rather do less as I'm having my coffee at noon. I'm just drinking right now. That's weird. Um, But anyway, okay, so let me catch up on the comments. Steph and Skip Kane. I love your vids. My kiddo, 13 and 15, just got their own boards. Thanks for encouraging us older folks. 44 and 52 here. That's awesome. I'll tell you what, when you start out with the idea to make a channel like this, what is it? Almost 4 years ago now. We're going on 4 years. It's sort of weird, like who wants to see me do this, like out of shape, a little bit fat, like scared, especially when you got kids and like uh some of these, even these young girls, that little girl and her brother, Sky and Ocean, these kids are killing it, like average YouTube, Instagram skaters are just doing sick stuff. And, we're stressing about getting 50-50 grinds. But you know what? That's what's great about YouTube. It's at all these different levels, and everybody can relate at their own level. Let's see. 100%. Colorado has more parks than I can count. Yeah, dude, no kidding. What, Colorado, Oregon, and that park in Tulsa. You're welcome anytime in North Houston. Dude, Houston, like I'm 2 hours from Houston, I think. And that's the largest, isn't that the largest skate park in North America? Like that needs to happen. And right now, it needs to happen in the winter. So, and that's a day trip for me. I can pull early morning drive. I can pull a day trip. I'm not doing Houston in the summer. The humidity here in Austin's bad enough, and I've been told by other people, like, don't even do it. If you complain about our humidity here, you do not want to go there. It's borderline unhealthy. So, you guys that live and skate in Houston all year round, kudos to you, man. You deserve like gold stars for that action. All right. There's a skate park near me called Adrenaline Alley. Check out their website. It's in the middle of England. Yeah, I'll have to take a look at that. I'm trying to work on getting this computer software. I think I'm going to purchase a software that lets me have this camera in the corner of the screen so that we could check out these videos all at one time, if that works. My skate park has a foot of snow on it. I'll tell you what, guys, you dudes that have to deal with shoveling and ice, and I mean, like, I have a rule here. If I like to skate in the mornings, especially on the weekends. I get Fridays off a lot, and those days are nice because I can get out at 10. It's starting to warm up in the winter. It's no problem. But for those early morning weekends, because I want to avoid like a heavy crowd, being a YouTuber too, I'm spreading cameras around and all that stuff, I don't like to do it on a super busy day where, maybe dealing with a whole bunch of scooter kids that all want to get on camera. And now with YouTube's apocalypse thingy, it's just something I don't need to deal with. But you guys shoveling, like, wow. So my rule here is if it's less than 42 degrees when I wake up, I don't do it. 42 is my minimum. Now laugh at me, but less than 42, I'm crying. And I've tried it. I've gotten out there on 33-degree days, even colder, dress warm. One day my kids and I were jogging around the bowl. I'm like, come on, guys, we got to warm up. And we just never got warm. It got to the point where it was straight up. It felt dangerous to skate. Like one slam, it'd be like a dry ice body that would just scatter. So, hey man, how's it going? Old City Vapors, right on, dude. Doing good, healing up. It's winter time, and so I kind of have this little rule going for myself now. If it's Friday, I'm gonna skate. Cold or hot, whatever, in the wintertime. That's not happening, but depending on how cold it is in the middle of the day, I'm going to skate on Fridays. Friday's the perfect day for me if I have it off. But on the weekends, if it's super cold, I'm probably just going to chill on it because I want to be ready in spring. I want to be able to hit Houston. Those goals are so high that I can get out to those parks and I can push it hard. I want to start traveling again. I want to hit the other parks that I've been to more often, meet the local crew. There's a crew out in Houston. I think there's Dallas. What's that indoor group of OGs? What are they called? I'm trying to remember. Somebody's probably going to comment. And then there's that dude that shapes boards up in Houston. He probably thinks I'm like some Barney. Maybe. I don't know. I imagine there's a lot of older rippers that watch my channel and probably think, man, that dude's a Barney, sharing that fear stuff, and trying to act tough or something. But maybe they're not, and they're probably not. They're probably like super cool. But I'd like to get out there and meet some of those rippers out there and see what I can learn from them, because honestly, it's the guys at the park that shred that you learn the most from, especially the seasoned dudes, like in 50, 40, mid 40s and 50s. Those guys know the stuff. Like, what was I thinking? Like, I got so many things coming into my mind that, what was I thinking about the other day? It was, oh, a couple guys on the Facebook group talking about pushing Mongo, and they're trying to learn how to push the right way. And in that, there's a video on Facebook. One of the dudes uploaded over there where his board like spins out on him, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm a Mongo pusher, and I'm trying to not push Mongo anymore." And it's like a comical clip. Me and my son were watching it again last night, and he's laughing at him. It was just fun. But um, that guy Wolfman that we skate with out here. I don't need to say his real name, but he rips, right? He rips. He's one of the best skaters that we have out here that skates in the bowls. And he pushes Mongo. But you know what's rad about him, dude? He doesn't care. He does not care. He rocks it. I mean, we called it power pushing in the day. I'm a really good Mongo pusher. I've sort of learned to push both ways, because when I was young, we would go like 4 or 5 miles on a skateboard to get to Taco Bell every day. Go get that taco light and the large Coke. And I would use both feet, just long stretched out pushes and just gain as much speed as I could. So I've been pretty good at pushing both ways my whole life, but probably was better Mongo. The deal is man, if you're over 40, who cares? Walk up, carry mall grab, push Mongo. Who cares? I don't give a darn what those young guys are doing, If I did, I'd be pulling my workout pants, into wedgie style and going to the gym, but that's not my dig. So, hey, I'm behind on some comments. Let's see. Email us. We'd love to interview you on our channel. I didn't even know you guys have a channel. So if you guys do a channel, comment that in the comment section of any of my videos. I don't mind if you want to rep your channels there. But I'll have to check that out. So when I come back, I'll look at the comments and click on your guys' channel and check it out. And then, and we'd love to interview you on our channel. Yeah, cool. I'm totally down with that. And then we got Old City Vapors. I've been using StreamYard for broadcasting. It's awesome. Is that one you have to pay for? I noticed some this morning. I was looking, they were like $300, $400, $800 for some of this stuff. So StreamYard, I'll look it up. This is Curtis Cody from Facebook. Oh yeah, I just made a comment to you. I think that was this morning. Glad to see you making vids again. I rolled to Texas. Let's get a sesh at that bull you always ride. If you ever travel to Arizona, you know what? Let me finish the comment. We got some killer parks here. What part of Arizona are you in? My parents actually live in Tucson. I have always in the back of my mind think that I might move to Tucson one day. So the way reality works in my world, it's funny about reality. So I lived in California most of my whole life. And I worked with a guy, and I didn't travel much, but I worked with a guy who said, if I lived anywhere in the world other than California, I would move to Austin, Texas. And he talked about how green it was, and there was lots of water, and the fishing was epic, and all of this stuff. And so I just started repeating that in my life. And then when the economy tanked, I lost a couple houses. I lost everything, and I had to regroup and restart. My parents actually had a couple houses in it's a crap hole, a town called Deming in New Mexico. And, the land was nice, the people were nice. It was really slow and mellow, and I really didn't mind it, honestly, but a way different lifestyle. You're talking like a tiny little Walmart, and that's all they had. Um, but we stayed there 10 months. And then this job opened up where my wife opened the paper. She thought we were stuck. I mean, we were living in a trailer, no wheels on it, but, a mobile home with a plywood floor for about 10 months. It was rough. It was really, really humbling. And I needed to be humbled. It was a defining moment in my life. I had to work a couple of construction jobs. I had to drive a school bus. And when I grew up, I made money right out of high school. And I always drove a big lifted truck, and I'd be rolling down, like looking over looking over at the ladies and like checking out the size of their thighs. And then, getting their number. And you know what? I was a player, and I was a jerk. I was probably a jerk. Um, but I used to make fun of school bus drivers. And then for that 10 months in Deming, there were no jobs. The best job in Deming was driving a school bus, unless you had some rare training to do something rare, very rare there. So I drove a school bus, and then I worked construction, building like I worked for a really wealthy farmer on his property, building out buildings and like tearing down old houses and making them new, and doing hay, baling hay, like some hard, gnarly work. And when I went out there to meet this guy, this was my first day at work. Let me tell you this story. This is my first day at work. There's this huge pile of concrete, and there's another construction worker there who had more experience than me, and I was basically going to be his helper. This is $10 an hour, and I was basically going to be his helper. And this guy's like super friendly, but dude, like you're not really prepared for what this guy's going to put you through. Let's put it this way. This guy's last name is Rothschild. And I tried to ask him about it, and he goes, I'm not going to tell you anything about that, but I can show you a secret handshake. And I didn't even know what any of that meant, right? Some sort of handshake like this. But anyhow, there's this huge pile of concrete, and he goes, you know what I need you to do first? He goes, I need you to take that pile of concrete, and I need you to move it over there, just on the other side of this house. And I noticed a bobcat sitting there, right, with a nice bucket on it. And I was like, okay, so are the keys in that thing? And he goes, no. I need you to do it by hand. So I'm like, what? And the other construction worker, dude, Dave, rad guy, he looks at me like, dude, just roll. And you know what? I got little kids at home, man. I got 2 little kids. We got a plywood floor. Like, my dad was a hard worker. I might get sensitive in this. My dad was a hard worker. I had a good example in life. And I went over to that, and I just muscled up every piece of broken foundation, and I ran it. I went as fast as I could. And then he says, I said, I'm done. After about an hour and a half, I said, I'm done. And he goes, great. You've earned a beer. Have 2. He go sit down in that chair over there. There's no rules out here. You can do whatever you want in this little town. So I go take a break. I have a beer, whatever. And then I go, okay, yeah, what do you got for me now? And he goes, now I want you to take all the concrete from that pile, and I want you to put it back into that pile. Man, I wanted to shove my foot up his ass, dude. Like, he made me absolutely crazy with that action. And, I'm emotional, man. I'm starting to get sensitive about it, and I'm like, I want to go kick this guy's ass. But I didn't, humbled myself. I felt like God put me there for a reason, like I needed to be taught a little bit of a lesson, maybe, So I went over there. I did the same thing. I picked up every block, and I ran it as fast as I could. I worked as hard as I could for this guy. And you know what? From that day on, he looked me in the eye. He treated me with respect, and he gave me as good of a job as I could have had in that area where I was. I was able to get up the butt crack of dawn to drop off some tough kids to school, and that was a tough job. That was humbling because I made fun of those bus drivers. And here I am sitting in a school bus seat dealing with kids and, holding a trash can for a 5-year-old who's vomiting in it, like, yeah. So it's some real developmental period of my life. But anyway, what brings me into that story was I feel like reality is like, dude, this guy always said he would be in Austin if it wasn't California. What is he doing here? So it was only 10 months. But that job in turn made me the person, because I worked for myself since high school, but made me the person to be able to work for somebody at the next job I came to where I needed to bite my tongue. I needed to have had that experience. So I know I got lost. I got messed up. I see Fantastic Living says he lives in Phoenix. Dude, that's great that you live there. We're definitely going to be able to hook up and do a session out there because I got another buddy that I met through YouTube and on this channel who's a dentist out there, and he's also a skater. And he lives in Phoenix as well. And him and I are going to hook up for sure. So we can all do it. Let's do it. That sounds like a super plan. Our channel's not about skating. We can't skate. We both have knee injuries. Our channel is about pipe tobacco. Oh, I bet you guys are getting hit right now by some of the YouTube rules, right? I used to live near Deming in New Mexico. Oh, yeah? What part of town did you live in there? Let me guess. Las Cruces? El Paso? Fantastic Living. We skate all year, and they have some killer parks. Search YouTube for Union Hills. Yeah, I definitely need to check that. We got Skate Crisis here. Hey there, dude. Laurent, I believe it is. Dude, you are a beast. I gotta admit, you're a beast. I like watching your channel. I'm nervous about the street skating, however, because you go hard at some of that stuff. And I feel where you're at now, man, having to be in a cast for a while. And I don't remember if you had any metal hardware to help you heal or if it was more of a simple. I don't think it was that simple for you, but getting back in the saddle after an injury like that's probably pretty gnarly. But you know what? At least you were able to get it fixed, and at least it's healed. My situation right now is a lot of I got to prepare myself mentally just hoping I get better. Both EP and LC. El Paso and Las Cruces, but yeah, dude. I like the Southwest. I like the desert out there. I hated the wind. Deming was tough. I don't know if you've had the same kind of wind. I got things coming up on my my email too at the same time. I hope that doesn't show up on my screen. Probably not. But yeah, anyway. So guys, this worked. I'm almost at 30 minutes here. I kind of thought I would check in for 5 minutes and see how this went. But you know what? Let me know in some comments down below if you guys would dig to get into something like this where, dude, I kind of like to hang out and talk and tell stories. I really like to be able to make it where I could look at some videos or show some videos or something like that. If I could get these two connected, that would be great. Epic Trilogy. Thumbs up. I'll send you a friend request on Facebook. Yeah, if anybody's in the group on Facebook, I don't use Facebook very much. I'm starting to use it a little more now that people are starting to comment in that group. It's getting more fun. I don't have Messenger though, so sending me a message on Facebook is not really the best. Facebook is in my face all the time. I don't even have the app on my phone, but yet I have Google Chrome, sending me friend requests, suggestions from Facebook, and they're people I don't even know. That pisses me off. Facebook, get off my back. And that's why I don't have the app, because I don't like that little face to pop up. And that's why I don't have Messenger. I hate Facebook except for the group. If you want to send me a message definitely through email. It's prodigalsons@outlook.com. That's the best way to do that there. If I'm on the desktop ever, I can log in and then reply to those messages. But if you haven't gotten a response from me It's just because it won't let me look at it on my phone. So that's the story behind that. Let's see. The house party app is great to connect with people in vid chat. I'm going to look into that right now. So I'm going to get off here. I got to go do some things with the family. But yeah, dudes, I'm going to work on another video, maybe something else also today. Oh, let me get into one other thing too. What was the channel name? I'm so terrible at remembering things when I need to remember them. He used to be, FD Skate, for father-daughter skate. He was asking me about that Life Pro Fitness massage gun. So I might as well say it here. Not that he's going to come on here and hear it, but he was asking me if that vibration was like something that affected your whole body or if it was just sort of the muscles. And, I'll say it's like this. That gun, it goes up and down. It's not comparable to that other little, vibrator that's so popular. That's more of a vibrator. This Life Pro Fitness massage gun is actually more like one of those kind of massages, like somebody's karate chopping your back. What I feel like it does for me is it gets the blood pumping, and I don't know, like it's like if somebody was punching on you, it warms you up incredibly. So I love it for that, but it's like way better than those little vibrator things. Those things do nothing. Those are stupid. Vibration like that, like if I'm trying to use something like that, it makes me itch. Like when I haven't worked out, if I was to start jogging, if I jog more than 10 minutes, my whole body starts itching. I don't know why. If I were to keep running, it's all good. It's gravy. Back in action. Can run miles. I used to run like 5 to 10 miles every day back in my late 30s when I was in really good shape. But anyway, now I'm hitting the gym every day. I'm doing pretty good on the diet, and I'm just gonna maintain. I promise to show six-pack abs by May. But anyway, dudes, I'm gonna get out of here, and I'll see you again later. I kind of like doing this. I like being able to talk to you. I like being able to see some comments. I'm sure it's nice to be able to say something to me once in a while where I can respond live. All right, guys, have a great work week, and we'll see you later. See if I can shut this off now. All right, man. Peace out.